Well, howdy there, Internet people, it's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump renaming holidays and his understanding of history. Trump took to social media to announce a major shakeup in American holidays, particularly those dealing with the military. Let me just say, I have a lot of questions. Veterans and history majors, you might want to cover your ears for this. His late-night post said, quote, "Many of our allies and friends are celebrating May 8th as Victory Day, but we did more than any other country by far in producing a victorious result on World War II. I'm hereby renaming May 8th as Victory Day for World War II and November 11th as Victory Day for World War I. We won both wars. Nobody was close to us in terms of strength, bravery, or military brilliance. But we never celebrate anything. That's because we don't have leaders anymore that know how to do so. We are going to start celebrating our victories again." We're just going to go through this item by item. May 8th as Victory Day for World War II. I get it. That's when the Germans surrendered. Our European allies celebrate that day. But that's because many of them weren't also fighting the Japanese. That's why we have VE Day, Victory in Europe, on May 8th, and VJ Day, Victory over Japan. That's September 2nd. Using the May 8th date as Victory Day for World War II, it seems wrong. I guess the troops at Okinawa just don't matter, because that was still going on. You know, there were also those two major world-altering events in two Japanese cities that occurred on August 6th and 9th. This is ahistorical and just weird. November 11th as Victory Day for World War I. I wonder if the headlines will read, "Trump ends Veterans Day," because that's November 11th. It grew out of Armistice Day, which marked the end of World War I. So, we'll get rid of Veterans Day to celebrate a victory from more than 100 years ago, I guess. I mean, at least he has the right date. Moving on to the bit of American exceptionalism about how we won both wars and nobody was close to our contributions. World War I started in July of 1914. The U.S. officially entered the war in April of 1917, but it took time to mobilize and get troops to Europe. Our first major operation was in May of 1918. The war was over by November of 1918. It was a 4-year war. We were really active in it for 7 months. The U.S. did play an absolutely critical role in World War II, definitely in the Pacific Theater, which seems to be the one he forgot about. I'm sure European nations will have a lot to say about his characterization of the war. Between this and his Columbus Day thing, it seems like he's seeing the polls and trying desperately to bring his base back in with culture war nonsense. That stuff only works when people don't have serious things to actually worry about. When the economy is bad, nobody cares about the holiday they can't afford to celebrate. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.